Okay, so these classifications for angle pairs happen regardless of whether lines are parallel or not. Okay? We're going to go back and talk some more specific relationships when lines are parallel, but anytime you have two lines that are intersected by a third line, okay, this third line is called a transversal. Okay, so that's terminology-wise what you're going to see. Okay, and then these two lines that are intersected by this common transversal wind up forming 8 different angles. So I'm going to number them here. Okay, and based on these 8 angles formed, there's a number of different angle pair classifications you need to be aware of. Okay, based on what we talked about last time, we have vertical angles and linear pairs. Do I have to point those out, or can you guys see those from this set? Like, what would be a vertical angle for angle 1? 1 and vertical angle is 3. And then what would be a linear pair with angle 1? 2 or 4. So within the single line itself, you have the angle pair and the vertical angle and the linear pair. Okay, but when you're talking about angles that don't share a common vertex, we get into the following types of angle classification. Okay, the first is alternate exterior angles. Right, when you're looking at a pair of alternate exterior angles, okay, again, all of these angle pairs that I'm going to talk about here are non-adjacent. Okay, so they're non-adjacent angles. They both fall in the exterior of the two lines. Okay, and as far as that's concerned, when you're looking at these two lines intersected by a common line, okay, you're going to have an interior set of points, which are these yellow points, and then you're also going to have points in the exterior, which would be points in blue. Okay, so here's your interior, falls between the two lines. Your exterior fall outside those two lines. Okay, so alternate exterior angles are exactly what they say. Okay, they both fall in the exterior. There's that part of the name. And alternate says that they are on alternate or opposite sides of the transversal. Okay, so when you look at alternate exterior angle pair from this set, angle 1 falls in the exterior. So what would be an alternate exterior angle pair with angle 1? 7. It's on the opposite side of the transversal, and it's non-adjacent to it. So angles 1 and 7 are alternate exterior angles. Which angle would be an alternate exterior angle pair to angle 2? 8. Okay, so those are your alternate exterior angles. They lie in the exterior on opposite sides of the transversal. They're non-adjacent. Okay. In addition to alternate exterior angles, we're also going to look at alternate interior angles. Again, just as the name says, you're looking at a pair of non-adjacent angles. These ones will both lie in the interior. And again, they're alternate or on opposite sides of the transversal. So when you look for a pair of alternate interior angles, again, we have to start with an angle that's in the interior. So let's take angle 3. And which non-adjacent angle is still in the interior but on the opposite side of the transversal? 5. So angles 3 and 5. And then angle 4 and angle 6. Okay, so those are still classified as alternate interior angles. Okay, they're non-adjacent. They lie in the interior. They fall on opposite sides of that transversal. The next one is, the next pair is called corresponding angles. Okay, this is the one that causes the most confusion because it's the one in which the name doesn't specifically tell you the properties of it. Okay, but corresponding angles are once again non-adjacent. Okay, this time the one falls in the interior and one falls in the exterior. Okay, so when you're looking at corresponding angles, one will be in the interior, one will be in the exterior, and they will lie on the same side of the transversal. Okay, so when you're looking at corresponding angles, okay, let's start with angle 1. What angle is a corresponding angle pair with angle 1? It needs to lie, again, angle 1's in the exterior, so its corresponding angle pair needs to fall in the interior on the same side of the transversal but not adjacent to it. Right. Good. Well, now 1 and 3 are what kind of angles? Vertical angles. They share the same vertex. Okay, this needs to be on the same side of the transversal, so it needs to be to the left of this transversal. So the angle to the left in the interior is angle 5, right? Angles 1 and 5, they're both on the left of the transversal. Angle 1 is in the exterior, angle 5 is in the interior, and they're not adjacent to each other. Okay, what about angle 2? Angle 2 is a corresponding angle pair with angle 6. What about angle 3? Angle 3 and 7. Angle 4 and 8. Okay, so those are your corresponding angle pairs. Okay, the final set of angle pairs that you need to be aware of are called same side interior angles. Okay, once again, the name gives away the properties. They are non-adjacent to each other. This one is going to, where do you think these will fall? In the interior. Okay. And are they going to be on opposite or same side of the transversal? They'll lie on the same side of the transversal. Okay. And so when you're looking at these, your angle pairs for same side interior angles would be angle 3 and angle 6, and then angle 4 and angle 5. So those would be your same side interior angles. Okay, now, when you're just identifying angle pairs, right, the lines do not have to be parallel to each other. But what happens if lines are parallel? Right? So we're going to take a look at the relationships that exist here in just a moment.